The headlines. 5 ministers inducted into Biren cabinet after dropping 6 ministers. Nobody can stop qualified candidates from being appointed to applied posts, says Chief Minister. And Lucy Priya Kangujam storms Parliament House over climate law. Hello, you're watching Times of Manipur English News. I'm Mandira, and now the news in detail. In a new political development, 5 new faces were inducted into Biren Ministry today. Manipur Governor Dr. Najma Heptullah administered the oath of office to the 5 new ministers at the Darbar Hall of Raj Bhavan in Imphal. The governor earlier in the day accepted the dropping of 3 ministers from An Biren cabinet today. The ministers who took oath today were O Lukoi Wangoy, O Henry Wangkai, Bungzagin Balte Thanglon, Sorokhaibam Rajen Lamshang, NTA Satyabrata Yai School, Agriculture, Veterinary and Animal Husbandry Minister V. Hankhalian, Social Welfare and Cooperation Minister Nemcha Kipgin, and Education, Labour and Employment Minister Dr. T.H. Radhesham were also dropped from the cabinet this morning. Consumer Affairs Minister Karam Sham, Health Minister Jayanta Kumar, Tribal Affairs and Hills Minister Kasi were also dropped from the cabinet later in the afternoon. Altogether, 6 ministers were dropped from the cabinet. The much-hyped cabinet reshuffle was supposed to take place yesterday but deferred following stiff opposition from ministers who were asked to quit their posts. Biren has now inducted the 5 new faces in his 12-member cabinet.
The shuffle since the university normal routine matter as desired by the central leaders. Aduni and Advain Thos. Dugumba to the collected coalition in a communication game and the Paupono, the Bocono, the Bokara, the Orgasum settled the Organasitaurist. We should do not to the collected.
Chief Minister N. Biren Singh laid the foundation stone for Lilong Litan Makhon RCC bridge to be constructed over Turela Hanbi near Lilong Bazar in Thawal district today. Speaking at the occasion, N. Biren Singh said that the government has been feeling the need for an RCC bridge at the locality for a long time. As such, the government has decided to construct it there, he added, stating that it is a modern society and it is not the time for political speeches. The Chief Minister maintained that the need of the hour is to deliver people's needs through visible actions and works. Regarding corruption, the Chief Minister observed that the people also have the responsibility in eradicating corruption. They should remove the notion from their minds that they will not get job or their works cannot be done without bribery. It is a fact that nobody can stop qualified candidates from being appointed to their applied posts, he has said. As such, one should start a change from oneself, he observed. Former MLA of Lilong constituency Abdul Nasir, Commissioner Works, P. Wi-Fi and PWD Chief Engineer K.H. Themba were present at the function.
CNC Canada hold Isana hold them. You know the CNC don't have Isana. I don't think I qualified with about Parapa, Taurana, was happy to color of the Moon Games. Not that the machine I come to me, Lam Yon Ba, Jung Yon Ba, how am I going to? I don't want to talk Sanakan to them, cut the Carban or have a Salakan. Machine reaction never fertilizer. I must have put them condemned.
8-year-old climate activist Lisipriya Kangujam from Manipur stormed the Parliament House of India, demanding the MPs to pass a climate change law in the ongoing Parliament session on Wednesday. However, police tried to stop her demonstration and later she protested outside the Parliament House, raising her 3 demands to PM Narendra Modi and MPs. She was joined by other young climate activists like 12-year-old Arab Seth. This is not the first time she was protesting outside the Parliament House to pass the climate law. She also addressed the world leaders at the United Nations Climate Conference 2019 COP25 in Madrid, Spain last year to take immediate climate action to save the planet and their future. Speaking to the media, Lisipriya said, "I am coming here to tell our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi and our MPs to pass the climate change law as soon as possible from the paper to become action." She further said if they pass the climate change law, then we can control the carbon emissions and greenhouse gases. It will also give climate justice to the millions of vulnerable poor people who are the victims of climate change. You can just see in Delhi how air pollution is so dangerous. Even children cannot move out of the home. Government will announce that there will be holidays for 3 days, 5 days and again 10 days, but this is not the solution. Lisipriya Kangujam alone has planted more than 50,000 trees in the last 8 years. Later, she also urged Congress MP Shashi Tharoor to fulfill his promise of March 7, 2020 to bring up her 3 demands in the Parliament House. She even protested outside the official residence of Shashi Tharoor. However, Shashi Tharoor sent her a letter stating that he will be unable to raise the issues this time in the Parliament as Lok Sabha session has been shortened because of the prevailing COVID-19 situation in the country. She also met with the King of Manipur and lone Rajya Sabha BJP MP Maharaja Leshemba Sanajauba to raise a voice in the Parliament. Maharaja also shared several initiatives taken by him to Lisipriya. It's time for a short break. Keep watching.
Kayang kuini yumim chatuna poching asi yonduna leidun. Se leidana isagi dukan ama hanga nuaina famni su leide. Nangna phone dum yatana dum leyo. Sak thiro chak lame.
Taso Tax Bio Private Limited ke office se satlagane hujikti yam line loan thabe arbane. Hariba loan sing ado RBI makhada leibe be amadi NBFCS tagi oigani.
Hoi hoi.
Adusu lowest interest rate 12% per annum. Loan sing bagi matam sune tha kuntra taruk haidi chahi ahum phau piri. Personal loan amadi business loan gi oidane lupa lak manga phau piri. Taso ne na khangninga dine number sida call tawrone.
Piro. Nang diam khangamina.
Phone meli sidi.
Hello.
Yamna laiba moongda loan gi khudong chaba lobiningba singna ngasima contact obiro Take Bio Private Limited Hyang Thang Takhelambam Konjen opposite Sangai Bazaar contact number 8837533323
Sina fare tan badinate ko asengba aina pamba darkar oiba grocery item singda red delivery app season araga order to biro loire chaning ba restaurant gi food po ersu overpay to budilar dana pot khuding ma discount pi baga loina na khudak te inak te yore isine red delivery for you
Miyoiba samas na lariba makai nong magi changdaba yadraba posak singhi manungda medical science su ama oiri pandemic amadi epidemic disease kaya ngasi faubada maithiba piduna lakli haurakliba mahiroi singda tungi asaga iroinana UNI Consultancy Private Limited na India amadi abroad MBBS tamningba mahiroi singi 14 lakhs cashback pibatanatana scholarship fangbagi khudong chabasu leiraba mahi tampham sang singni ngasi mag registration tobiduna khudong chabasi manghan bigano hena akupa marol gidama contact tobiro UNI Consultancy Private Limited Uripok Polam Laikai 7005092567 natraga 7640952247
Admission open for Naurem Birahari College, permanently affiliated to Manipur University and included under UGC Act 1956. Free admission for tourism and hospitality management and various other diploma to degree courses and training programs. And also special classes on Indian stock market for those who want to invest or day trade. Classes for beginners to intermediate and intermediate to advanced level. For details, please contact or WhatsApp 7005097748 or visit our website www.nbcollege.ac.in.
Europe da Engineering Management PIZ amadi General Course tamningba mahiroi singidamakta scholarship 100% fangbada natana stipend oina 4.2 lakh fangbagi kudongchaba leiraba mahai tamfam singni loina na India amadi foreign lebak singda MBBS MD course na chingba kaya amasu tamnabagidamak amadi education loan gi kudongchaba su pizari hena kupamorol gidamak contact obiro Fort Witt Global Consulting Private Limited North AOC K Grupat Infal. Contact number 6909374625.
Welcome back. Incessant rainfalls have destroyed around 4 acres of paddy field in Motha village along Indo-Myanmar border over the past few days. Our More correspondent reports that the rainwater has swept away several paddy fields, banana and sugarcane plants. Motha village chief W.S. Molun Anal said that the COVID-19 pandemic situation has already affected the village and that the recent incessant rainfalls have now added another problem. He appealed to the government to look into the situation.
Unda taminariba akoise community anini ananga kukiga aduda akona tampalo ujariba se ekal mari khara heningsit leijabani mad handaki nong asina maram oiraga ising ijao sina akoi ki lause loina mangata thokre adu hojik pho lo omdai sida sumai tawriba sidi khunja akoi ki damakta yam asot nuksan tabagi kanu amala aduna yaraga di government meeting sangbiu haidana I appeal tawjari.
Meanwhile, as the seasonal rain continues to lash the northeast states including Manipur, almost all roads connecting Tamenlong and None, including highway, have been badly affected. Some portions of National Highway 37 or Imphal-Jurebam Road have been washed away and mud has flooded the roads. Travelling along the landslide-prone highways is a difficult task during the rainy season in hill districts of Manipur. The Tausim headquarter road is now worse than ever. People in the areas are longing for good roads. Owing to deplorable road conditions, no officials of the administration can reach the headquarters except health workers on rotational basis. An awareness campaign on illicit poppy, ganja cultivation and drugs in Manipur, which began from September 15, concluded today at the first MR Banquet Hall in Imphal. 80 village chiefs and representatives from Senapati, Kamjong, Chandel, Tengnopal, Churachandpur, Ukhrul and Bishnupur districts attended the event. DGP of Manipur Police LM Khote, IPS Additional Director General of Police Ashutosh Kumar Sinha, IPS IGP Zone 2 Clay Kongsai, IPS IGP Zone 3 Lunse Kipken and Inspector General of Police Zone 1 K Jayanta, IPS attended the program. Wide-ranging strategies and issues were discussed for curbing illicit poppy, ganja plantation and drug menace. The village chiefs confirmed their stand against poppy cultivation and proposed for alternative crop cultivation. This program has clearly demonstrated willingness of both the public and the police to fight the drug menace together. While highlighting the current issue on drug and illicit poppy cultivation in Manipur, DGP LM Khote appealed to the gathering to put in sincere efforts for the sake of the future generations. The village chiefs were requested to submit their plans for alternative cropping means of livelihood to their respective SPs for onward submission to the government. Under the guidance of Councils of Nagalim Churches, CNC, a mass fasting prayer under the theme Tangkhul Global Prayer Day was observed in all the churches of Tangkhul areas of Ukhrul district. Leaders of all Christian denomination churches participated in the day-long fasting prayer held at TNL Conference Hall, Viewland. Some of the paramount points for the prayer were giving thanks to the Almighty God for taking care of the Naga, giving wisdom and understanding to the Indo-Naga talk negotiators, unification of all the Naga brethren, collective leadership of T.H. Muiva, praying for the Indian leaders and for all the neighboring states for love and peace, and finally surrendering everything to God for His glory.
Tangkhul community ki global level the lady ba mayam na खुचमनरगा ईश्वरबु हाइजब नुमित ओइना पाइखतलिबसिदि चही हुमबुद्रा हेन्ना एखोइ चथरकलब अवाब मियाम नेशनल की मूवमेंट अचे जानबिदुना अफब सॉल्यूशन दे पुरकलगा एखोइ गी रमदम मसिद खुनाइ ओइना लेमिनरिबा मयाम नुंगसि चानना हिंगमिनबसे एखोइ गा पामबनी अदुना एखोइ की नगारोम दशु भारत ओमदगिसु करीना फबरा हाइबि ईश्वर की अपामबदो लाक्चसनु हाइबसे एखोइ मयाम की लैरिबा तांगपु इंटर डिनोमिनेशन लीडर्स फोरम की मयाम की प्रार्थनानी हाइबसे मयाम द टेलप न थमजनिंगबनी
Volunteers of all Jiribam United Clubs Association, Ajuka, MSF District Committee and Amavoba Jiribam branch today organized a cleanliness program at Ajuka office campus. They planted saplings in and around the campus. Ajuka President M. Maipaksana expressed displeasure over the inability to organize social service competition among local clubs of the district to mark Irabot month due to the global health crisis. Indigenous Manipuri people Hailakandi Assam continued its postcard campaign against the three-language formula of Assam government today at Jaribond. The postcard campaign was held in collaboration with local clubs of Lala, Ward number 4 and 5. Taking part in the campaign, Konsam Rabindra appreciated all participants. Also taking part in the campaign, P. Hirachandra urged the Assam government to make Manipuri language an associate language of Assam and allow Manipuris in Assam to write APSC examinations in their native language. Assam Manipuri Meirapaibi Coordination Committee Dholai branch today organized the 79th awareness campaign demanding the Assam government to recognize Manipuri language as one of the associate languages of Assam at Ramprasadpur Dholai in Assam. MYFA President Seram Herajit and several others attended the campaign. Seram Herajit stressed that it is high time for all Manipuris to wake up in the face of Assam government's attempt to wipe out Manipuri language from the state. He also appreciated Manipur MPs R.K. Ranjan and Leshimba Sanajaba for their assurance to support to the cause.
Awareness campaign tawdiraga mayam mikap thoga imasina phangje laksalaga akogi ojasina ekdam budi lausing akhangba knowledge piraga mamangda akogi naharol sing ojasina manne leibiraganda imasina isasing damakta tungi miroli damakta tungi chahi tungi shaisu kaya gi damakta kai moppo amakap akoi ngasi gi mirona Rajya
Sabha MP Maharaja Leshimba Sanajaba in a letter to the Chief Minister of Assam Sarbananda Sonowal today urged him to recognize Manipuri language as an associate official language of Assam. He said fulfillment of the demand would protect the identity, history, culture and tradition of Manipuris in Assam. Besides, it would strengthen the historic ties, love and bond of Manipur and Assam. India's COVID-19 case tally crosses 57 lakh mark with a spike of 86,508 new cases and 1,129 deaths in last 24 hours. The total case tally stands at 57 lakh 32,519, including 9 lakh 66,382 active cases, 46 lakh 74,988 cured, discharged, migrated and 91,149 deaths. Ministry of Health and Family Welfare Johnson & Johnson began a 60,000 person trial of an experimental single-shot COVID-19 vaccine that, if proven effective, could simplify distribution of millions of doses compared with leading rivals requiring 2 doses. The company expects results of the phase 3 trial by year-end or early next year, in a media report said. Rival vaccines from Modern Inc., Pfizer Inc. and AstraZeneca all require 2 shots separated by several weeks, which make them more difficult to administer and means twice as much vaccine is needed to inoculate the same number of people. In the last 24 hours, 161 fresh cases were detected in Manipur, taking the total case tally to 9,537. The date toll stands at 62. In the past 24 hours, 261 patients were recovered from the respiratory disease. The cumulative number of recovery is 7,369, while the number of active cases is 2,106. The recovery rate in the state improved to 77.26% as of now. Time for another short break. Keep watching.
Al Hayat, the best halal restaurant in Manipur. Miyam na pam na chanariba Al Hayat restaurant ge hauraba mathel khudingmak red delivery app ke khuthangda order tobiraktuna yamna laina ahenba charges yaudana isa gi yumda thilaknabagi khudong chaba bijari. App si download tawduna app si gi khuthangda ngasimak order tawbiyu. Chana thaknaba polam sing khakta natana imung amada nongmar changdraba yadraba grocery item kaya marum suna fanglaba app. Ngasimak download tawbiyu. Red delivery for you.
Coronavirus pandemic matam masada aikoina isa ngakthok chanaba pambai kya sizinarabasu khwaidagi hena laithoknaba ase aikoina sizinariba khungop asini. WHO World Health Organization na khunguptagi germs unit lakh mari lising kunmathoi hena yaubata natana numit kyani hingduna leiba ngami hairibani. Yum amadi office na chingbagi manungda changdringaida yamna laina khungupsing asibu disinfect tawnaba fangbiragani disinfectant soulmates. Hariba disinfectant soulmates asida yauriba flexible stub sing asina khungupta pakpa amotpa kaya su irai laina lokthokpa ngami. Order tawbiningba singna Pelicans delivery gi 8794640252 natraga 6009889481 da contact tawbirau.
Aduk live duo natro red delivery Manipur the best delivery service pibado pamba posting khudak to oh nang order me amudi toromni bu nang na saning bar restaurant food sing do red delivery app season na order sat sida junate grocery items sing medicine hygiene me amama yam relax ta over psu to the market price den na khuta yor to nangi di khangdi id yori aduga grocery items ni kauni red delivery for you.
Saglon ama Thoromasida Puduna Lakchari AJ Maisnam AJ Maisnam ga hakthingna wari watai sabadanatana apamba isai sing khanbiratuna Thoromasida saruk yabinabagidamak lakliba September 13 numidang pung 8 makhai taba matamda call tobirau aikhoigi number 7629943543.
Welcome back. Kakching District 6th Zilla Parishad member Moirangthem Melody and local clubs today repaired a 2-kilometer long road stretch at Wangu Sandangkhong under Wangu Gram Panchayat ward number, which a part of the 15-kilometer long Sugnu Thongkhong Wangu road under Sugnu Assembly constituency. According to our correspondent, the road stretch has been in pathetic condition due to negligence by the related department. Wangu Sandangkhong Social Welfare Youth Club Assistant Secretary Y. Jayanta said the road repair work was initiated by Moirangthem Melody.
Masigi lambi ase aduke matik yamna phattaba pot hona big thalaba adugumga lorok pantha yorokpana maram oiduna hajise lambi chatpa khotpada yamna khudong thiba kyamung leiba maram aside sigumba nuaitaba lambi ase urubadagi aikhogi district ki oina leiba honorable aikhogi jilla parishad Moirangthem Melody na masamakna lakpiduna masigumba lambi asigi phibam se khar tawajal phanaba haduna magi leijaba gari sing amadi gari sing putok piduna aikhogi nung kaya marung thabiduna ahoba mayam singse hauji kanna mianbai thabak tawi.
On the occasion of 42nd Foundation Day of the banned PLA, the Revolutionary People's Front (RPF), President Irengbam Chauren today extended warm greetings to the people of Manipur. In a release, Irengbam Chauren paid respect to cadres of different outfits who laid down their lives in the course of revolutionary movement and extended solidarity to the people affected by COVID-19 pandemic in the state. Chauren also lauded all healthcare workers, police personnel, people working in transport sector, volunteers of non-governmental organizations, local clubs, civil society organizations, students and other volunteers for their tireless service to the people in this trying time. Protesting against the acquisition of several paddy fields in Ningombam area by the authority for the purpose of expanding Imphal Bir Tikendijit International Airport, the Agricultural Labourers Association Ningombam Alan has submitted a memorandum to Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Alan, in a release, said that prior to the eviction process of paddy fields, the authority did not disclose a detailed report and assessment on environmental impact. The association also said that the residents are suffering because of the eviction. Alan also informed that the memorandum was submitted to Prime Minister after the concerned Deputy Commissioner and higher authority turned a deaf ear to the matter. Health condition of former Assam Chief Minister Tarun Gogoi has reportedly deteriorated and was shifted to the Intensive Care Unit ICU of Guwahati Medical College Hospital, GMCH, today. As per a media report, Gogoi was admitted to GMCH on August 25, last after he tested positive for COVID-19. Senior officials of Guwahati Medical College Hospital this morning decided to shift Gogoi to the ICU after he reported uneasiness and reported difficulty in breathing. A team of doctors is closely monitoring the health condition of the veteran Congress leader and three-time Chief Minister of Assam. Joya Sapam of Manipur has backed the winner of Iowa Miss India 2020 title. She also backed Iowa Miss Best Catwalk 2020 and Iowa Miss Photogenic 2020 titles. Manipur for the first time clinched the Iowa Miss India 2020 title this year. Sapam Shushmita Devi, also from Manipur, backed the first runner-up Miss Iowa India 2020 title along with Iowa Miss Iconic 2020 and Iowa Miss Talented 2020 titles. Lucy Hridizia from Senapati in Manipur won the fourth runner-up Iowa Miss India 2020 and Iowa Miss Shining Star 2020 titles. BJP Bishnupur District Committee Secretary Sanasam Premchandra for the 28th time distributed essential commodities to the poor families of Kumbi constituency to help ease the COVID-19 pandemic woes. 150 families of Ithai Laikhong Ward number 6 and 7 under Wangu Gram Panchayat and 130 families of Ward number 8 under Wangu Terakhong Gram Panchayat received the items. BJP Bishnupur District Committee Vice President K.H. Lakshman, Secretary S. Premchand Meitei, elders of the locality were also present during the program. Speaking to media, as Premchand appealed to the people to choose a capable candidate for the upcoming by-election.
ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯇꯧꯈꯤꯕ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯅ ꯍꯣꯠꯅꯈꯤꯕꯁꯤꯡꯗꯣ ꯃꯗꯨꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯩꯅꯤ ꯍꯥꯏꯅ ꯈꯟꯅꯁꯤ ꯃꯔꯝꯗꯤ ꯂꯝꯗꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯂꯨꯄꯥ ꯀꯔꯣꯔ ꯄꯨꯔꯛꯑꯒ ꯅꯨꯃꯤꯠ ꯀꯌꯥꯅ ꯌꯦꯟꯕ ꯉꯝꯒꯅꯤ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯝꯖꯔꯕ ꯁꯨꯖꯔꯕ ꯑꯩꯕꯨ ꯅꯨꯡꯁꯤꯗꯨꯅ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯏꯆꯥꯁꯤꯡꯅ ꯊꯥꯒꯠꯄꯤꯕ ꯕꯣꯔꯗꯨꯅ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯐꯪꯖꯕ ꯈꯔꯁꯤꯅ ꯏꯃꯥ ꯏꯆꯥ ꯑꯩꯈꯣꯏꯒꯤ ꯍꯤꯡꯃꯤꯟꯅꯅꯕꯗ ꯆꯪꯗꯕ ꯌꯥꯗꯕ ꯁꯤꯒꯨꯝꯕ COVID-19 ꯍꯥꯏꯔꯤꯕ ꯚꯥꯏꯔꯁ ꯑꯁꯤꯅ ꯂꯥꯛꯄꯗ ꯑꯩꯅ ꯉꯝꯖꯕ ꯃꯇꯦꯡ ꯄꯥꯡꯖꯕꯅꯤ.
India raised the issue of cross-border terrorism at the informal SAARC meeting today, in which Minister of External Affairs S. Jaishankar addressed the gathering of ministers from the region. Jaishankar participated in the virtual informal meeting of SAARC Council of Ministers this afternoon. As per media reports earlier, MEA had said that India was looking forward to positive and constructive discussions to take forward regional cooperation among member states for increased prosperity in South Asian region. Defence Minister Rajnath Singh will inaugurate 43 bridges in 7 border states and union territories via video conferencing today. He will also lay the foundation of an important tunnel in Arunachal Pradesh. As per a media report, one of the 43 bridges constructed by the Border Roads Organization, 10 are in Jammu and Kashmir, 8 each in Uttarakhand and Arunachal Pradesh, 7 in Ladakh, 4 each in Punjab and Sikkim, and 2 in Himachal Pradesh, said Defence spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Harshvardhan Pandey. Vardhan Pandey further informed that Singh would also lay the foundation stone of Nechifui Tunnel at Tawang in Arunachal Pradesh. The tunnel is expected to shorten the travel time to Tawang, 448 km northwest of state capital Itanagar and bordering China. Union Minister for Health and Family Welfare Dr. Harshvardhan said that under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, India has accorded high priority for ending tuberculosis by 2025, 5 years ahead of the Sustainable Development Goals (SDG). Harshvardhan said this while addressing ministers of member nations of WHO, heads and representatives of UN agencies and partner organizations. Dr. Harsh said that tuberculosis has been in existence since time immemorial and continues to remain a major global public health problem. Despite the progress made over the last decade, TB remains the leading infectious killer disease worldwide, he added. Loading India's efforts towards eradication of TB, Harshvardhan said with bold and innovative policies supported by commensurate resources, India has taken several critical steps towards ending TB. Now the top news headlines once again. 5 ministers inducted into Biren cabinet after dropping 6 ministers. Nobody can stop qualified candidates from being appointed to applied posts, says Chief Minister. And Lisi Priya Kangujam storms Parliament House over climate law. This is all for now. Keep watching Times of Manipur for more updates.